Hey guys, Katie Hunt here, and I'm actually coming to you live from my home office in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's New Year's Eve 2013, so Happy New Year. I just got back from a family vacation. I've been gone over the course of the last couple of weeks and really been focused on some other projects. However, I am focused on one project in front of me that I have been able to reflect on this past year that I've been able to accomplish. Because of a decision I made a year ago to get started in a business that I really wasn't looking for. I really wasn't looking for another business. I really wasn't. I was kind of done, kaput, whatever. And let me just tell you a little bit about my story, and I will get back to that. I used to run health clubs for many years, and in 2009, when the market took a turn, late 2009, 2008, 2009, I was working with an investor. I was running gyms. I used to be a personal trainer for many years. So I know it's like to work long hours, 16, 18-hour days. There were times where I used to sleep at the gym, and I would just get up and train clients at 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to manage the gym all day. And, I managed, I managed up to 50 employees, sometimes more. I did all the payroll. I managed all the lawsuits that would come to the gym because gyms get them all the time. I really worked hard for many years. I really did. And I'm not scared of work. I will tell you, I'm not scared of work at all. But in 2009, my investor decided to let my position go because he wanted to save on cash flow, which he made a business decision. And therefore, it put me on unemployment because I wasn't full-time personal training at that time. So, but I was also a new mom. I was a new mom. And it made me really reflect, like I'm doing right now. It made me really reflect on what's important in my life. Where does I want to go? Who I want to be connected with? Who I want to help? What I've accomplished? What I still want to accomplish? And things like that. But at that time, I reflected that my daughter was in daycare 60 hours a week. I actually was not miserable, but I was frustrated, I remember, at that time in my life, because I thought to myself, is this all there is to life? I used to have those questions with myself. And so then I ventured into the home business industry and had some success, actually, right out the gate. I had some success. Then I also started to experience a lot of frustration. And over the course of the year, I reflected on my business after I'd ran it for a year, and I recognized that I was working my hiney off even more than when I had a job. And I was like, gosh, can't it be easier than that? Because I found myself traveling all around the place. And even though I was making money, I was also spending all of my money on my business. And it took up all of my time. And actually what it did is it took a big toll on my marriage. And there was a time that my husband and I, discussed separating and divorcing several times. We're both two very strong personalities. And when I got into this industry, in the home business industry, it took a toll. I found myself working too much, and then I grew to resent it. So over the course of the last few years, I've kind of dived in and out of it, and never really fully committed myself to the industry because of just the not so pleasant experiences that I've dealt with inside the industry. But then I came across a company a year ago when I found myself with less than $25 in my bank account. And my credit cards were maxed out because I really had spent all my money on personal development and coaching and mentoring, but I wasn't really focused on growing business. I was consulting on the side actually for some gyms and not knowing if that's a direction I wanted to go. But I just knew I wanted to stay at home with my daughter. I knew, and I had made a decision, and I even made a vow, to stay at home. But then there has been times over the course of the last couple of years where I've lost sight of that, where I've lost sight of that vision, and that goal. because there would be times where I thought, I would get wrapped up into the industry and working a lot, not really, and then I would end up resenting that because I wasn't spending a lot of time at home and so on and so forth. So, I was reflecting while I was in Florida, and anytime I take that time to reflect, it's so important. It really is. It's very important to take some time and breathe. Have you ever done that? You might be watching this, and maybe you're at a place in your life where you never get to breathe, where you're in that place where maybe you're overwhelmed like I was. I had all my credit cards were maxed out. And first of all, I'd never experienced that kind of debt because I've never done that. I've always paid cash for things. And so that like paralyzed me, so I found myself in a place where I was paralyzed, I was frustrated. I had walked away from a contract from a gym I was consulting with because I couldn't help them. Actually, that was the reason I walked away from it, because I spent 8 months trying to help them and there was no unity. So I actually walked away from that contract. And then I found myself starting over again, and I'm like, gosh, I was just so frustrated. But you know what? Here's the thing. That's life, right? I mean, life is, full of ups, it's full of downs, it's full of ins, it's full of outs, it's full of so many different things. And, one thing that I do know is that when you lose sight of clarity and intentions and things that it is and decisions and things that you want to do, sometimes you can get lost and find yourself doing things that you don't want to do, But I came across a link, and actually there'll be a link below this video. I came across the link a year ago, and I got involved with this company, and I've been able to reflect everything I've been able to accomplish this past year, which is kind of awesome because, I literally went from credit cards being maxed out to being able to pay off debt, being able to grow a business, being able to pay cash for all my trips this year and vacations that I went on. I went to Jamaica. My husband and I went to Jamaica. We just got back from Disney World. We're in Florida for 2 weeks. And I set these goals, and all these goals that I set, even though I wanted to set bigger goals and I wanted to hit bigger goals, and I didn't. That's okay. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now you got to focus on, thinking bigger. I was able to accomplish a lot of things this past year. And it's all been because of this company. And, over the course of last couple of weeks when I was really reflecting, I was like, what is my focus? What is my goal? What do I want to focus on the road ahead of me? And one thing that I truly want to focus on is I really want to focus on, mentoring other people. That's one of my favorite things to do. It really is. And, I've really thought about when I actually got the most results in my life is when I was really mentored. When it wasn't just like, and now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you really have to earn, a mentor's time. You really do. There are a lot of the mentors that have helped me. It's been because I have stepped out and gotten the results and proved to them that they deserve my time, or I deserve their time, or whatever. But at the same time, I still make people prove to me whether or not they deserve my time. Why? Because I honor my time. I only work with people who really want to make a difference, really want to get to work, really want to make change in their life, whether it be financially, whether it be with their family. Maybe you're like me, you're a mom, but you want to be a work-at-home mom, but you want to create more harmony and order in your home, but you don't know how. Well, that's what I'm here to talk to you about today, because I've decided that this year I've been in a few different directions, that I'm going to focus in one direction. I really am. And I'm going to let go of a lot of different things that have been kind of taking my attention in different areas. And I'm going to hone in just one area. And that one area is with a company called Empower Network. And I'm really looking for people that really want to commit and build a future for themselves like never before, where you want to be mentored, where a year from now, you won't even recognize your life. So where are you at, friend? Are you still in that place? If you've been on my list, my subscriber list for, a year now, maybe 6 months, maybe 2 months, or however long it's been, but you still haven't made a decision? Listen, this is the year to get focused. This is the year I truly believe this is a harvest year for so many people if they would just step out and take that risk. This is that year where restoration can come to your family. This is the year for things to just flow into your life if you would just let go of what doesn't serve you anymore, or forgive those that have hurt you, or forget about the mistakes that you made this year, and focus. What are you focused on? What are you focused on? What's ahead of you? Do you even have any plans? Listen, sometimes it takes locking arms with people with vision, people with purpose, people that are a part of a movement until you actually get your vision. That's what it takes. It takes being around other people who are going to push the best out of you. And that's what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for someone that wants to be mentored, that wants to be pushed, but in a good way, that's going to bring out the best in you. Listen, friend, I literally, did not think I would be able to, because that's a goal of mine, pay cash for things. I don't like debt. I want to be completely debt free, mortgage free, second mortgage free. Those are the two things that we're working on. Our cars are paid off, and things like that. But that's my focus over the course of these next few years is just really paying that off and being totally free of any debt, and really being the head and not the tail in life, and really being the lender and not the borrower. That's my biggest goal. That's my biggest goal this year. However, I also know that if I help enough people get what they want, I will also get what I want. So that's what I'm challenging you to make a decision with right now. I could sit here and give you all this hype. I really could. And I could probably sit here and try to motivate you more and more and more. But the truth is you got to be a place where you're done, where you're ready to make a decision, where you're ready to focus on your future. Where are you at, friend? Where are you at? So it's time today, before midnight tonight. I expect to see you in my back office, where I get to call you personally tomorrow and wish you a happy new year and say, let's lock arms, build a plan, build the process map to get there. And let's make this next year the greatest year of your life, the greatest year of our life. And together we can be strong. So friend, I want to wish you a happy new year. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for this past year. Thank you. I want to thank you for that. So I love you. I believe in you more than you could ever believe in yourself. And I will see you on the beaches of the world. Fill that form out. I'll see you on the inside. And I'll personally connect with you tomorrow. Take care. Till then, be blessed.